Okay, I got a question from Chris Burns in Bethel, Alaska. He asked several questions. Chris, you're supposed to ask one simple question, but you asked like nine, but that's okay. Chris is actually an old friend of mine from the 80s. We went to camp together as kids, so this place is actually pretty similar to the place we went to up in Ontario, Alaska, when we were kids. So anyway, let's see. He asked about recapturing Thor. Yeah, I did. He got away the very first day. It was kind of stupid, but after 18 days, excuse me, after 18 days, I saw him and went down to the beach and set up a trap. And it wasn't like an elaborate trap from survival school. This is more like something the Roadrunner would do. Took a box and propped it up with a stick, and put some food under the box, and then I tied a rope to the stick and waited for him to come by, walk under there, and then I pulled the rope and the box fell on him. So pretty simple, actually incredibly simple. It took about 40 seconds from the moment I had it set up to the moment when he was climbing under there and I had him caught. Thor is not a really smart animal. He's a lot of fun, kind of cool, but he's really not intelligent. I will often come back at the end of the day, and he's tied up around the tree. I tie him up in different places so he's got other foods to eat, but he typically ties himself up and wraps himself up so he's got like an inch or two of a rope, and then I walk in and he just kind of looks at me stupidly waiting for me to help him. So but that's Thor. Let's see, is the dog okay? The dog's doing great. She gets lots and lots of attention. She seems very happy. I'm trying to teach her a couple tricks, but she hasn't really responded very well. She just kind of looks at me with apathy, but that's fine. We've got a lot of time to work. She seems kind of a natural at hunting, though, which is great. We were down here on the beach the other day, and we're walking along, and she just stopped and kind of pointed at a deer. So she saw it before I did. So if I had had my 300, could have definitely taken that deer, but I haven't really started hunting yet. So that was kind of cool. But she's really friendly, very affectionate. She seems very healthy and happy, so she's getting all my attention. So let's see, bears. What kind of bears do we have? We have black bears definitely all over the place. There are grizzly bears on Montague Island, which is next door, and they can swim over. I was just learned about that recently. I don't know how big of a deal that it's going to be, but that may be an issue. One couple I met here, they didn't seem too concerned about the bears. They've been here 35 years or whatever. They were fine. And then I met some other people Saturday morning, and they were concerned that I didn't have a gun on me at the time. Right now I don't have a gun on me. I have most of the day, but I think I'm just gonna kind of stop taking advice from others and do what I think is right and hope for the best. So there's lots of animals here for the bears to eat. There's anyway, so I think I'm probably going to be okay. But I do have guns. Hopefully my dog will warn me of dangers that are coming. So that's the hope. Let's see, bear types. What do I hunt? Okay, so hunting, I've got a 22 rifle, which I think is probably ideal for hunting. I've got a little scope on that. I've got 6,000 rounds, so if I see something like a grouse, like birds that I can hunt, I can use my shotgun on that. There are lots of small animals, but I haven't really seen too many here. I've really only been down to the beach and up the hill a little bit to my cabin. I haven't gone out in the forest or up toward the mountains yet. We still have snow on the mountains, but it looks nice. So I'm guessing there's a lot of animals up there, and I'll probably just eat whatever I can find that I'm allowed to legally shoot. I'm not terribly picky. But I'm thinking actually I've got some traps and snares, and that's probably a lot more efficient, excuse me, than fishing or hunting with a rifle, because hunting a trap and a snare is working all 24 hours a day, so that's kind of nice. Let's see, what do I hunt? How's the beard going? It's going pretty well. I'm going to let it go for the whole year, but without trimming it, and so it's kind of weird. Sometimes it feels like something's in my mouth and it's just like my mustache or something. That's odd. How do things dry off? They don't. It's really bad here. Even if it's not raining, if I hang up some clothes, it can take 5 days for it to dry out. The problem is that my cabin still has openings, so if I hang something up, the dew still comes in. Once I have the stove installed and I block off all the air vents, I think I'm going to be much better. Just having a nice warm room would be wonderful, and I don't have that yet. Haven't had that for a month actually. Hypothermia, yeah, that's a danger. So particularly if I get wet. The last week or two have been. It seems like it's warmer. I don't know if it really is, but I'm perceiving it as warmer. So I'm getting a lot of work done. It's been a little bit less rain, I'd say, but we seem to have like three days of sunshine, and then we have like 5 to 12 days of rain. So I need both. I need rain for water, and then I need the sun for solar. And you asked about that. Now I've gone 40 days now, almost, with just solar power. So that's kind of cool. It's not really reliable. I'm not always getting, an infinite amount of solar, but I've got enough to charge my cameras and my communication devices as well as my laptop occasionally. So I think I'm doing okay. Once I have the windmill up, I think I'll really be in business, assuming it works. I've got some concerns about that, but we'll see. That would be nice. My mental state is pretty good. I don't know. I think I've gone into that already, but no real problems or complaints. Let's see. Dreams. I've had some weird dreams. When I first got here, I had dreams about two of the guys that came and helped me move stuff. I would dream that they were here and they were telling me, well, one, we would be in a shelter that doesn't exist, and it was really bad. We were concerned about getting wet and freezing to death and that kind of stuff. But they would tell me that I needed to pick up the rest of my gear from another cache, another collection of, a dump, a place where we dropped off my material. But that location also doesn't exist. But they were always telling me that, hey, you got to get this done, and kind of putting pressure on me. So I didn't really appreciate that. Then I had a dream about a girl I know, and she was here, and she said basically the same thing. I need to go pick up that stuff, and it doesn't exist. I think I had one or two dreams about her, and then last week I had dreams about two people who don't even exist, two guys, and they were also telling me the same thing, and I need to go pick this stuff up. So maybe there is this extra cache that I just forgot about. That'd be real nice if I found some more gear, but I think these are just imaginary people to harass me to make up for the real people that aren't here to give me a hard time. So anyway, that was that. Let's see. My decision-making process, yeah, you asked about, that was a concern. We talked about isolation-induced psychosis, group delusions, that sort of thing, hearing voices and music and that kind of stuff. You can also start doing, basically getting involved in high-risk, poor decision-making, basically. You take on risks you don't need to, and I think I'm doing okay on that, but that's a tendency, certainly. When you say, what is a risk, basically this whole trip is a risk that is unnecessary. But I think, now that I'm here, I'm trying to be careful. I do still take some risks. Lifting the roof, that was dangerous. I've got some film of that. And there's some risks I just have to take to get the job done. But I'm trying to minimize that stuff. There's enough real risks that are unavoidable that I don't need to bring on new ones that I could avoid. I kind of joke that some days safety is job number one, and other days it's only in my top 5. So some days I'm very safe, and some days I get a lot of stuff done, and so far I seem to be doing okay. I've been very blessed, and I appreciate that. So asked about writing. Writing is going really well. Working on a screenplay, lots of short scripts for filming when I get back home with some of the local film community. I miss working with those people. Also miss working with the roller derby team. They're a lot of fun, nice girls. What do I do for fun? Right now, not a lot. I've got some things I can read. I get down to the beach. There's some really cool wildlife, and that really is amazing. I found a 6-foot octopus today, and that was just awesome. I've never seen that in real life before, so that was fun. Let's see, how are things going with studying the Bible and memorization? Great. I think this is going to be a good spiritual time to kind of sit back and relax and think about spiritual things and what am I doing with my life and that sort of thing. So things are going really well. Good questions. Thanks. I'll catch up with you when I get back to town. Thanks, Chris.